If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Holly, let's go to the Ivy Organics 3-in-1 Plant Guard Hotline and bring in our next guest.
So Ryan Graham is a graduate of the Milwaukee-based Teens Grow Greens organization, and we're happy to have him on the show to tell us about his experience and what the program is all about. Welcome to the program, Ryan.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, good morning. I appreciate you taking time out of your day and the connections that we had that you can tell us about this. This was something I found through just working on Facebook, one of the posts that came up about Teens Grow Greens, and I thought this was a great opportunity to share with the community because our listeners and people across the country about the organization, and we greatly appreciate your time that you've given us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So what is the Teens Grow Greens program, if you can kind of give us an overall view of what the program does, what's the ultimate goal?
Yeah, so Teens Grow Greens is a 501c3 nonprofit, and what we do is we take teenagers from inner city Milwaukee, and we employ them for 9 months, and during the 9-month internship, they learn about healthy living, leadership, and entrepreneurship. And so the goal of the program is to teach teenagers in Milwaukee these life skills that they're not being taught.
So how does an individual, what's the age bracket there, and how does an individual sign up or get picked for this organization?
Yeah, so we usually recruit freshmen to juniors in high school, and we recruit in different high schools, so basically any high school that lets us come in we'll go to. And we, give them a spiel about what the program is, what they'll learn throughout the 9 months, their pay as well, because that's really what they're interested in at the jump. And then we just have a general application process for a normal job. So you get an interview, you schedule a time, and then you get the email back.
Now, not everybody is, I guess, let's use the word qualified or worthy of being part of the organization. There's some people that get turned down, or does everybody get accepted?
There are some people that get turned down just because we have a maximum capacity of 22, but we're not looking for people to be perfect during the interview. We in fact want exactly the opposite of that, because we realize that if we're going to teach these life skills to kids, we can't expect them to be perfect coming in.
Right, and it is typically these teenagers, they come from all walks of life. It's not just one general category, correct? It's just anybody and everybody who's interested can apply?
Yep, so we usually stick to the schools that we go to, so they're primarily centered around inner city Milwaukee, because we recognize that this population of students, me included, are people who don't have the most support educationally, economically, all of that stuff, so we try to help those people out.
Now, why did you decide to join the program?
Yeah, so I joined the program in 2015, the program was started in 2014, and I joined it in 2015. And I joined it because I got told that there would be like a lot of opportunities, and opportunities to network, and it would have been my first job, so I thought, why not? But I decided to stay throughout the program. So after I graduated as an intern, so after my 9 months was over, I came back and I was on the board of directors, and I'm now the education manager. So I think I came for the networking opportunities and obviously the pay, because it would be my first job, but I stayed because of the growth.
Now, did you have any prior knowledge of, I guess we'll call it agriculture or growing before you entered into the program?
Zero.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So you were taught basically you didn't know what mistakes to make, and they taught you how to go about growing different vegetables, and that's essentially what the program is, to teach children or teenagers how to, one, grow, and then how to market that item and then sell it and then make a profit. Is that kind of the outline?
That is part of the outline.
Okay.
So that is what we do towards the beginning, but towards the end of the program, so like now until September, we're really working on developing the teams. So right now they're in the leadership unit, and with the leadership unit, they will be mentoring elementary school students and teaching them about character traits, the value of community, as well as how to grow and harvest their own foods. And then we are also selling at markets like Cathedral Square today, and Westtown Farmers Markets on Wednesdays, and we're selling an acai bowl, and it's basically a superfruit from Brazil, and we mix it with other fruits into like a smoothie, and we can top it off with granola. So we sell that at the markets during the summertime, and we're just using that to get the teens ready for the entrepreneurship unit, which is the last unit in Teens Grow Greens. During the entrepreneurship unit, the teens will make their own product, make their own business, and then they will go to the farmers markets and sell it.
So where's the gardens at? Is it backyards, or is there a certain central location where all the individuals in the organization grow and then kind of figure out how to utilize what is being grown and sell?
Yeah, so we hold all of our education sessions at Mesmer High School. As far as our garden, we just purchased Weber's Greenhouse on North Green Bay, so right around, really just right around the corner from Mesmer High School. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We also do the gardens at COA Golden Center, and there's a garden called Perez Garden that's right across the street from Benjamin Franklin Elementary School. And these are the three main gardens that we operate out of.
Okay. What skills did you learn in this program?
Everything. I think that I've learned public speaking is one. I like to tell people, sometimes they don't believe me, but, before this job I was so shy, and I was just forced to step out of that comfort zone. And I think because of that, I've grown so much. So definitely public speaking, entrepreneurship, marketing, just communicating. And I think the most important thing is just confidence in my ability to be a leader. And that's one thing that, being an educator, that's one thing that I also try to instill into the teens as well, is that confidence to lead. Because I think a lot of the times the perspective is, oh, you're a kid, you have no power. But it's not that way over here. So I think confidence was the biggest one, but obviously, public speaking, marketing, all of it.
Well, that's awesome. So I don't know if you've graduated high school, but if you have, what are you doing now? How has this benefited you now? What you're doing?
Yeah, so I am a sophomore in college. I go to St. John's University in Minnesota, so I'm back for the summer to teach at Teens Grow Greens. And I think it has helped me, first of all, my application process. So I have a full ride to St. John's that includes room, tuition, and travel. So everything's covered. And I think part of that is because of just the leadership roles that I've had in Teens Grow Greens and my ability to communicate that and express that in my application.
So you said Teens for Greens was established about in 2014. What was the driving force? Where was the aha moment that the founders said, "Hey, we need to do this"? How did it all come together?
So Teens Grow Greens was created by Charlie Eline and his wife, Rachel Eline. And Charlie basically he recognized that as a youth, he was also a teacher at Mesmer High School. He recognized that as a person, and just recognizing that as a teacher as well, there's not a lot of life skills that are taught to the kids that he's teaching, and he definitely realized that there wasn't a lot taught to him as well. And so he came up with the idea of teaching these life skills with the foundation in agriculture.
And we've seen, and we've talked about it on the program here, kids who are active in the soil, one, understand where their food comes from, and two, they're more positive because they're creating something that is beneficial and they're helping other people as well as learning along the way too.
Yep, absolutely.
So how can people in the community support the program? How can individuals get involved with Teens Grow Greens?
I think the best thing that that the community can do is so we have our garden on Weber's Greenhouse, which is on North Green Bay, 4215 North Green Bay Avenue. So you can come to that every Wednesday through Sunday. We'll be open from 10 to 4, I believe. And then every Wednesday we also sell at Westtown Farmers Markets. We'll be there from 10 to 2. And Cathedral Square Farmers Markets will be here every Saturday from 9 to 1. And I think also the best thing that I think everyone can do is just spread the word about Teens Grow Greens. We're always looking for volunteers, always looking for people who just want to come and help the teens as well.
No, and I know nothing, so that's why we have you on the program here. I'm assuming there is some financial that is needed. Can people donate to the organization or donate product or anything like that?
Yep. So we take all donations through our website, which is teamsgrowgreens.org, and we have a donation page there. So any monetary donations can go there. As well as when we are at the farmers market, so every Wednesday and Saturday, we have a donation jar as well that we can take. So since we are a nonprofit, anything helps really. So, yeah. Absolutely.
And from you came back to be back on the board after your stint in the organization and your time was up. What has other individuals done? Have you seen them take steps and leaps and bounds in a lifestyle that beforehand they probably would never have experienced or even looked at trying to do?
Oh yeah, it's so crazy to me how much the teens have actually grown throughout the program. And so when I left for college last year, I passed on the teen educator role and then also the board of directors role to two different teams, and their growth just throughout this last year has been amazing. I think one of the best things that I've been told is last year one of the teens who graduated from the program told me that I inspired them to get into college, and I think that's
powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful to hear, especially as I was 18 at the time and they were probably 17 or so. So it's coming from people my age, sometimes younger, sometimes probably even older, and I think it's what Milwaukee needs. We need positive reinforcement. We need positive examples from ourselves, from our youth.
Absolutely, because your grandmother, your grandpa, your dad can say, you need to do this, but whenever somebody, your peer says, hey, this is something you should really look into, it seems to be a little more of a powerful eye-opener than whenever you just hear that same lecture from an elder in the community.
Exactly, and it's more relatable as well.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, we greatly appreciate you taking time and sharing the information about Teens Grow Greens, the organization, and enlightening all of us to this great program that maybe many of us didn't know existed just a few minutes ago in the community.
No problem. Thank you again for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you for checking out the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener radio show. For more, go to the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com for full-length in-studio video and podcast replay of Season 1. Season 2 underway and added weekly. Tweet us at TWVG Show or hashtag TWVG to be part of the program.